Welcome to On Air with Russell of Hotels, where we talk about everything hospitality, from hotels to influencers and everything in between. We will feature guest interviews with hospitality professionals who will share their experiences. Your host, Russell Edmond, has spent over 25 years in the hospitality industry, beginning his career with Marriott International in hotel operations before moving into the sales arena and becoming a relationship building director of sales and marketing. Russell then went to the other side as a hospitality entrepreneur. He now consults in the hotel and meeting space, which includes being the CEO of Russell of Hotels Group. Did I mention he was a veggie foodie? Yes. Russell is always looking for good non-meat eats. Please welcome your host, Russell Edmond.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotel live hospitality talk show. Today is Tuesday, December 20th. Countdown to Christmas, countdown to the holidays. Well, I guess we're in that holiday mood now, or mode now, right? So, but anyway, it's show number 188. Thank you guys so much. Let me adjust my microphone here. You guys hear me okay? One thing about this microphone, I can sound like that if I want to, but it's gonna be one of those days, just so you know. Oh yeah, I got my Christmas shirt on. It's the thing of it is, these are Christmas trees, right? But because I have a green screen in back of me, you probably don't see them as being green. And I didn't think about that until just now, right? I'm like, this is not going to show up, right? So you always have to be aware of, cognizant of what you're wearing, right? Because I had a green hat on. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, I was wearing my Palo Verde High hat, and it's green, and it won't show up. So I had to actually take off and expose the green screen, and then that way you can see it. So that's what these are, just so and I didn't think about it until just now, right? So, see, that's some of the things you got to think about. When you write, you produce, you direct, you forget about some of this stuff, right? But anyway, these are Christmas trees, right? But yeah, so anyway. Hey, you guys can make comments. I appreciate it. I do welcome comments on the show. This is a live show. It's live on LinkedIn as well as YouTube with the replay on the same platforms as well as Facebook and Twitter. So just in case you guys don't have time to listen to the live now, you can always listen to the replay. It's also a podcast, so wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, whatever platform that is, just On Air with Russell of Hotels, a live hospitality talk show, you'll find it, and you can take me with you. You don't have to sit here and look at me and listen to me. You can just take me with you. Take me with you. Put me in your pocket, your purse, your bag, your car, wherever you want to go, and just take me and just listen to the craziness that's in store for you today. But happy holidays to everybody, just in case I sometimes tend to forget that kind of stuff. But hey, we're a live hospitality talk show. I do, like I said, I encourage comments, interaction. I see Paula C. Paula C's out there in Brazil. Okay, so I appreciate her. Yeah, Russell Hotels is worldwide. We're global, right? If you didn't know that, now you know it, okay? And Paula C is an example of that. So thank you so much, Paula C, for your comment. She says, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. And thank you so much for your ongoing support over God, how long have we known each other? It seems like it's been forever now, right? And maybe it's been a year and a half, 2 years, but it seems like I've known Paula C forever. We talk, we have, we collaborate, we do this show together. I've done hers. So it's just this whole community that I appreciate. And I don't think I say thank you enough, but thank you so much, Paula C, and some other people like Dylan, Lonnie Wolf, those people that come on all the time, and what's her name, Robbie Lynn and Lauren, and, all the people that kind of, keep you going, right? Just they push you without pushing you, right? And that's what you want, right? So you don't need people to come out and just tell you things, but you know what? They push you without even knowing that they're pushing you, and they're motivating you. So I appreciate it. Everyone needs a core team to have one of these shows, right? And like Craig as well, Craig Giangrosso, Craig Sullivan with Click California. Click. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody that comes on and pushes me. So I appreciate it. Hey, before I get into what I'm going to get into, before we move on to with the show, I got this package yesterday, right? And I said, you know what? I'm going to wait and open this on air. So I've taken it out of the box, but, and forgive me the noise it's going to make when I bring this out. But it's a package, and it's wrapped in green, too, so you may not be able to see it for what it is, but it's a nice package, right? And the reason why I'm doing this on air, because I read the note and I said, I'm going to do this on air tomorrow. I'm not even going to do it. So I read the note, and basically it says, Happy holidays, Russell. Travel safe in the new year. Keep entertaining us. You are appreciated. Dylan Beaumont. So thank you, Dylan. I know, man, I appreciate you. I mean, I know I thank you. I can't thank people enough, right, for what they do. And I appreciate you sending me the gift. I didn't open it all the way, okay, so because I wanted to unveil it here, right? I did take the wrapper off, though, right? So, because I don't want to be making all this kind of noise. So, so it says, and that's in green too. It's Elevate Plant-Based Snack Box. See, Dylan knows I'm all about the non-meat eats, so Dylan's gonna come with it. It's like packed with protein, core nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Okay, that's always good. The future of healthy plant-based snacking, and it has a big vegan on the top of it. Okay, so it must be some goodies, and of course, I'm going to have to tear this because it wouldn't open a while ago because I want to make it easy because I don't know exactly what it is. So there's peanut butter bites. Look at this. There's, was that Bobo's? Bobo's apple pie stuffed the oat bite. Okay, oat bite was apple pie or whatever. Partake chocolate chip cookie. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, Dylan. Boom chicka boom, boom chicka pop. Okay, I said that wrong. Some kettle corn. Look at it. It's a whole bunch of stuff in here, Dylan. Knock it off, Dylan. Look at that. Yes bar, macadamia chocolate, all stuff that I eat. Okay. Rip Van wafers, Chewy bar, Coco Loco, milk chocolate is of course not vegan, but cocoa, like dark chocolate is, so of course that's what that is. And that's just a little tip for you guys. What is this? What is it? Oh, Made Good granola bar. Look at all this stuff. A Biscoff bite. There's all kind of stuff in here. Crispy square vanilla. There's like 10 other things in here. But Dylan, I mean, thank you so much. I do appreciate this. I don't take it lightly. There's a lot of thought in back of this. You didn't just throw something out there. You took your time and bought this and purchased it. And I appreciate that because guess what? This stuff is going to get eaten. If I wasn't doing this show, I'd be eating it right now, okay? And don't let me get some almond milk in here and start drinking and eating, the goodies because I'm in heaven at that point. But no, thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate that. Look at that. I love popcorn. So, man, it's hard to find good, like, vegan popcorn that doesn't have, real butter and stuff like that. So this came in a vegan care package, right? So, man, thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate the support, and I definitely appreciate the gift. So thank you so much. Paula C says, that's so sweet. Nice gift. Yes, it is. Wonderful. I think a bit over a year, but it seems more happy to be here and grateful to be part of the hospitality community. Yes, Paula C, thank you so much. Yeah, it seemed like maybe it's only been a bit over a year, yeah, but it seems like it's been several years that we have connected and continue to connect, and And yeah, it's all about the community. It's all about, this whole hospitality family that we have created in the community, and we all support each other, and that's important, right? So that's the important thing. So let's see, who was that? Demetria Jackson. That's a thoughtful gift. Yes, it was. It is, Demetria. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining in as well. So let's move on. Let me turn my iPad back on. Well, it wasn't. I guess it just turned off. It didn't turn. I didn't turn it off, but anyway. Okay. So where are we? See, now Dylan's got me lost focus now. So I'm not going to be any good for the rest of the show. Okay, but industry news now. Before I get into the industry news, real quick. Now, you guys know I'm not a big, and I've said it on the show, right? So it's not like it's just something just new that you guys just figured out, like, oh, I didn't know he didn't like Airbnb. I was never a big fan of Airbnb, okay? And I've given examples of why. Well, listen up. Let me stop talking. So, boom. Airbnb finds people have more trouble booking stays if hosts think they are Black. What? So, okay, now I didn't make this title up, okay, and I'll share the article. I'll put it on my LinkedIn page. I'll put it on everything, okay? So just check out my platforms after the show, and you'll see the article, right? So that's the title of the article. I just copied and pasted and put it on there. So it's not like I just wrote this up or whatever. So Airbnb finds people have more trouble booking stays if host thinks they're Black. So bottom line, in a nutshell, okay, hosts are able to basically discriminate against who they rent to, okay? That's basically what it comes down to. Airbnb needs to step in and do a little bit more than what they're doing. This has been an ongoing thing. It's not a new thing, okay? So don't think it just popped up like yesterday and I happened to see it. No, this has been going on. This is a practice that goes on with Airbnb quite often. And it's not Airbnb. Let me just back up a little bit, okay? Because Airbnb is the company. Airbnb only survives off of the host, okay? The hosts are the individual people, individual homeowners who rent their homes out. So not everybody is in the same boat, okay? Not everybody is doing this, okay? But there are some hosts out there that discriminate against people they rent to, okay? So unlike the hotel space where hotel industry cannot do that, okay? We have a leg to stand on. We'll sue the heck out of the hotels if they did this. Now, don't think hotels have not done that in the past, right? They've done some things too. So I can't completely exonerate the hotel industry, but there's a play. That's the thing with hotels. There's a way you can get things done, meaning you can sue or you can go to a corporate office and do this. When it's the owner of that, because there's not a lot of policies, there's not a lot of standards that Airbnb is basically holding their feet to the fire. So that's what Airbnb needs to do, right? So, but it is what it is. There's no other way I can put it. It's out there. That's why I don't, and I've stayed in Airbnb before, okay, so, and had a great time. So that's why I can say that not all hosts are created equally, okay, because we stayed at one in Scottsdale that was, it was great. The location was great. The house was phenomenal. The amenities they had were phenomenal. The people that manage it were great. Of course, they give you a list of things that you can and cannot do. Okay, you abide by those rules, right? If you don't abide by those rules, then you get kicked out. I understand that, and that's for every host should have standards or things in place where if people get out of hand, okay, you get them out of there. That's fine. But to stop them before they even get in there, that's ridiculous. I ain't standing for it. Okay, so that's why I'm talking about that today. Okay, so that's why these are some of the things why I'm not a big proponent of Airbnb. Some people ask me, well, why don't you like Airbnb? Or say, wait. I'm not throwing every host under the bus, but I'm throwing the ones, specifically the ones that are, not renting to people because they are a certain skin color. Okay, because they don't look like them. Okay, where they should be worried about is, do they have money to pay? Okay, are they people that are taking care of your property? I take care of people's property like it's my own. Okay, so But anyway, so we ain't talking about me, but we're just talking about Airbnb in general and how their practices need to change. Now, once you read the article, there's some things they put in place that they're supposed to be doing, but it's slow. Like Dylan just said, change is slow coming. Sadly, this has come to light with housing appraisals too. See, I mean, that it goes back to the old redlining and all that, but I ain't getting into that either. But bottom line, this is what I saw the other day, and I said, this is one of the reasons, or this is probably the main reason, because they're able to discriminate. They're able to cancel your room or cancel your reservation up until the day that you arrive. Okay, that's what Airbnb allows you to do. Okay, allows their host to do. So, which opens the door for crap like this. Okay, so it's a sad day, when I have to post stuff like that. But like I said, Hospitality Unplugged, or this show, is about showing the good, the bad, the ugly of hospitality. And sometimes there's some ugly out there, and this indeed is ugly. So there you go. So there's some things. Let me just share this quick story from a friend of mine. Okay, and this happened about, I'm gonna say it's about 5-6 years ago, probably longer than that. I don't know when. Let's just say when Airbnb was gaining their fame, and people were, oh, Airbnb, blah 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 blah. So a friend of mine who's in the hospitality industry as well, she was having a family reunion in her hometown or home state of Pennsylvania. Okay, this was some years ago, and she called a host, I believe, or the host called her. I can't remember how the whole thing happened, but anyway, there was a conversation. There was a conversation because the gentleman would not rent to her. She didn't know why, so she called this gentleman, and he went in and said, she goes, well, why won't you rent? Why isn't the house available, or something to that effect? And he basically told her, now she has a name that's, well, it's unique. Okay, let's just say that, and it happens to be a name of a car. Okay, but I'll just throw it out there. I got to tell the story. If I'm gonna tell a story, I got to tell it right. So she happens to have a name of a car. Okay, and she once again asked this man, why won't you rent to us? Basically, because I don't rent to black people. And she said, and this is over the phone, how do you know I'm black? Because no white person would name their kid after a car. Yeah, that's what he said. Based on her name, he knew, or he figured, that she was black, and I'm not renting to any black people because your name is black, and that means you're black, and I don't rent to black people. Boom. True story. Okay, I told her, I talked to her a couple of days ago, because this is an ongoing thing. We've been talking about this thing for years. Every now and then it comes up in a conversation, and I always remind her of that, right? And that's the kind of person I am. I always bring stuff up that probably I shouldn't bring up. But I brought it up to her a couple of days ago. I said, you know what? I'm gonna mention this on my show, because I sent her the article. That's how it came up. I sent her the article. And she said, yeah, I remember this. I said, do you remember what you told me? And she goes, yeah. I said, I'm going to mention it on my show. She goes, don't you mention my name. I said, I'm not going to mention your name, but I'm going to mention the story. I said, I'm just going to mention the story because I think it's important in this, especially, the title right there. And like I said, he didn't know this woman. And for the record, her name, there's white people with the same name. Okay, because there's a famous actor that has the same name that this young lady has. Okay, so where he got his information from, I have no idea. But anyway, if you guys want to know, of course, I got people out there that will call me and ask me, more questions about this. And you're more than welcome to call me, and I'll, give you a little bit more of the insight. But yeah, so that's the reason why, like I said, I'm not a fan of Airbnb for that reason that you see right there, and that what I just talked about. Dylan says, I think these discussions need to happen. Black renters having 2.7 more reject bookings on a major platform is not a coincidence. You're absolutely right. So read the article. Once I post this, you guys read the article, and just read it, let it percolate and marinate. And, like Dylan said, these conversations need to happen. You know what I mean? Everybody's not talking about it. This is something that was on the industry news. It was in an industry rag, industry magazine. But a lot of people aren't talking about it. So of course I have this platform, and I think I have to talk about. I have to at least mention it, right? I'm not going to go in 100% where I should, because I ain't got time. I got other stuff to talk about too. But it's important that I address it and mention it. And on your own, you can go and do your research, if you will, and read it and whatever, come up with your own assessment. But like I said, that's the reason why I'm not a big fan of Airbnb. The host, every host is not a good host, okay? So, but Airbnb needs to do more because they're the governing body, okay? And they need to do a lot more for it. And if this was like a Marriott or whatever, believe me, we'll be on Marriott, like, bees on whatever, flies on whatever, if this was happening, okay? So the same intensity that we get when we, have issues with hotels, we need to be on these companies or these organizations because Airbnb is just one, right? Is VRBO. There's all these other organizations, and not saying that maybe these other organizations do a better job. Maybe they do. Maybe VRBO does a better job. Maybe Hostiva does a better job. Okay, I don't know, but those people, those hosts that do this, that they're discriminating against people, they don't need to be hosts. Bottom line, that's it. I mean, why would you put your company at jeopardy, a risk of all this getting out? It's out already, but not enough people are talking about it. Well, guess what? Russell Hotel's talking about it. Boom, done. I'm over it. Okay, so we'll move on. Boom. So, okay, the show's over. Now what? What does that mean? People are like, what? The show's over? You finished with the show? No. This goes to my sales peeps, okay? My hotel sales people, my destination sales people. Once you do a show, like you go to, like just this last week, for people on the West Coast for the most part, or California, there's a show called there's Cal SAE, which is California Society of Association Executives. It's a big show. It's called Seasonal Spectacular. Okay, so every hotel, every meeting planner, every hotel site selection person, every tourism salesperson, they go and they spend a lot of money on booths and all this kind of stuff because it's the end of the year. It's like this big reunion of hotel and hotel and meeting planner and hospitality people come together, right, in Sacramento, California, right? And we meet all these people. We get to see them. We embrace, we break bread with them. We have drinks with them. That's the easy part, okay? The hard part is after the show. Now what do you do, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've gone to many shows over the years as a meeting planner or as a hotel site selection person, right? So say I have, the last event I went to, say I had 30 appointments in 2 days, 15 appointments each day. I don't get responses or I don't get follow-up from 100% of the people that I met with. And I think we're missing the boat or why we go to these shows, right? The work starts when you get back to the office. The work is not there at the show, right? The work is the follow-up. I got to follow up with these people that I met with, or these planners, because they, Russell said he was, had this particular meeting or board meeting that's going to happen in March. Well, let me follow up and see if my hotel is even being considered, or can it be considered? What do I need to do to gain his business or her business or whatever? And that's where we tend to drop the ball when it comes to the show, because we get so caught up in the pageantry and the reunion and all this kind of stuff. But we got work to do. So salespeople, make sure when you go back to your offices, you are taking all the stacks of business cards that you receive, or the LinkedIn connections that you get, or whatever, however you got to meet these people or reconnected with these people. This is the opportunity to follow up with those people and say, hey, it was great seeing you, email, calls, whatever. I know, everybody's calling at the same time or sending emails at the same time. Maybe do something a little different. Maybe send a handwritten note, okay, because not everybody's sending a handwritten note these days, right? Send a card, a little card and say, hey, Russell, it was nice meeting you. Thank you so much. Hey, I wonder if we can have a conversation about, the board meeting that you said you're planning, for March of 2023. We love to be in that conversation. Something like that. But for me to get back to my office and knowing that I had 30 appointments and only, maybe 20 of those people responded or send me something or thank me, what about the other 10? I should have 100%, right? They should be over, connecting or reconnecting with me, but that's not the case. So when I say the show's over now, it's when we as hotel people go, and remember, I was a hotel person too. I was a salesperson as well as a director of sales and marketing. So I attended them on both levels, right? As both either a sales manager or as a director of sales and marketing. And I know the importance of that. And then I know the importance of following up with my people who say, hey, you went to this event. Hey, what came of it? Who'd you meet? Do we have any warm leads, hot leads, or are we just introducing ourselves? You just need to know what that is, right? But you have to follow up with people because people will remember the last person that called them or the last person that sent them something or the last posting that they saw. This is the opportunity to start posting things too, right? Following them on their social media. Do you get social media handles from people? That's another thing. That's another level of how we can keep in touch. Slide into somebody's DMs. Boom. Let them know. You know what I mean? When you meet with them, say, hey, do you do social media as well? Yeah, I do. Or so, they'll tell you, quite frankly, if they do or don't. But if you don't ask the question, you're never going to know, right? So, but yeah. So that's what I mean. The show's over. Now what? So let's just make sure when the show's over, that's when the work begins. That's when we start following up with people, okay? See, I'm on a roll today, boy. I'm about to have to drink some water because I'm getting parched already. ROH 2023 Outlook. Okay, so ROH, of course, stands for Russell of Hotels, right? So it's my 2023 Outlook. Moving into 2023, okay? Goodbye, 2022. Hello, 2023. You guys probably thought I was going into like a little talk or something. No. I'm just going to bullet point some stuff. Hotel companies need to have more presence at colleges, universities. Hospitality industry is a viable career choice, right? 16 million jobs were lost during the whole pandemic thing. So in the last 2.5 years, we've lost 16 million jobs, okay? So we need to work on finding that next generation of hoteliers, right? So like I said, moving into next year, these are things that I think hotels need to focus on or people need to focus on within the industry. And I just start off with just saying hotel companies need to have more presence at colleges and universities. Yeah, because there's different ways of finding people, okay? Why not start at some of the colleges and universities, that especially the ones that have hotel-related programs, okay? Hotel, restaurant, anything hospitality-related. A lot of these colleges and universities, even junior colleges, have these as a career choice or as a major, okay? We need more presence there. No, it ain't enough presence. Don't tell me there is. It's not enough presence, okay? A lot of people don't even know that, there's companies out there that would actively recruit you, you know what I mean, and for that industry. So we need to make sure this is happening, okay? Because like I said, it has to do with that next generation. A lot of us are, I always tell people, well, we're aging out, right? Maybe not aging out is the word. Maybe that's not the word, but people are retiring, okay? People are going to do other things. We lost 16 million people in the industry. So however we lost them, were they furloughed? Did they leave on their own? Did we get rid of them? I don't know, but we need to find new people to replace those people, okay? So we need to spend more time doing that. Job fairs, all that stuff. I just heard, hey, Marsha, how are you? Marsha's my sister. I just heard that San Bernardino Valley College has a hospitality program now. See, I didn't even know that. Boom. They didn't even know that. So there you go. There's another resource or source of where people are going to be taking hospitality related programs or courses. They're going to need jobs, right? But people need to know. We need to know on the hotel end that okay, these are the places we need to go, especially if you're on the, say you're in California. You got Cal Poly Pomona, where I went to school, right? I remember Marriott had a huge presence, and maybe they still do, but they had a huge presence there. Most major hotel companies had a huge presence at our job fairs and things like that. That's how I got snatched up by Bridget Billings or Bridget Belinsky and Sam Veneziano. Okay, I still remember the people that recruited me. I'm walking, through the quad during the job fair, have my suit on and everything, and I see the Marriott. I go right for the Marriott booth, right? Because that's where I was going. I always want to work for Marriott, right? As soon as I got into that program, I said, I want to work for Marriott. And they were there, right? And they're smiling and this and that. And they see me walk up and we shook hands, we talked. And next thing I know, I got an interview. Next thing I knew, I had a job. I had a job 6 months before I got out of school. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, right? So, but there has to be an ongoing presence for that, right? What if they weren't there? What if I sent something in or a resume in and it just went nowhere? You know what I mean? That's frustrating. And then that causes people to, you know what? I'll go to somewhere else. I don't need a hotel job or a restaurant job or whatever. So it has to be a presence, an ongoing presence. So that's why I said that. We need to begin working on that next generation of hoteliers. And then the most important thing is, even before you get to that point, take care of your current employees and associates. This will have a positive impact on prospective employees, because believe me, people know what's going on, right? So if you're not taking care of your people now, that gets to other people that may be interested in going to that particular hotel or working for that company. They'll be like, wait a minute, I hear they treat their employees like crap, so why I want to go there? So take care of your people. Remember the old Marriott thing, right? Take care of your employees, and they will in turn take care of your guests. I remember that like it was yesterday, right? That was one of the first things they preached. Take care of your employees, and they will in turn take care of the guests. That's it, right? So make sure we're taking care of our guests going into 2023, right? Employees have gone through a lot of crap, okay? Let's appreciate them. Let's make sure we appreciate them like Dylan does at his property. Dylan, the GM at the Fairfield Inn by Marriott in Eugene, Oregon. We need to make sure we're doing things like Dylan's doing, okay? So, I said that, Dylan. I said that. So, Lonnie Wolf, good afternoon, Lonnie Wolf. I was just thinking about you, like, where the heck is Lonnie Wolf at? ROI on your team, big time. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate you coming on. Merry Christmas to you. So make sure, like I said, take care of your employees, your current ones, and your associates, whatever you call them, employees, associates, whatever. Take care of them, okay? Okay, what else? Let's see. Oh, I'm not finished with the 2023 outlook. What am I doing here? Listen to the customer. We need to listen more to your customer. More seamless technology. Okay. One thing I would say about Airbnb, let's get back on there, is that some of their technology is something that hotels need. The technology and the innovation that they have, those are things that we need to be taking from Airbnb. Okay. Not the discriminatory practices. Okay. The things that they do with technology, and then, using the, whatever, alarm systems or keyless entry systems, their Wi-Fi, whatever it is that they're using, that stuff is working. Okay, so those are things that we need to do as far as their innovation. So those are things we need to look at, because hotels back in the day used to be looked at as innovating, right? So if you see something at a hotel, you went back home like, oh, I want that. Well, no, I have things in my house that hotels don't have. Now, if I'm on top of stuff and they're not on top of stuff, and there's a problem, right? So I've had a keyless entry for years, okay, that works from my phone. I can open my garage door on my phone. I mean, all these things you can access via the phone. So there's no reason why any hotel, any 3 diamond and up hotel, does not have that capability and using it now. They should be pushing that innovation. That's what people want, right? They don't want the same crap they've had, right? Who wants to go to the front desk all the time? I don't. Let me check in via my phone, via an app. I mean, those are things that have been there for a while. The QR code was something that was there long before COVID hit. But hotels, restaurants weren't embracing it because they didn't think people wanted it. People do want it. Okay, you have to introduce it. Whew, boy. Stay relevant. Stay relevant. Oh, wait, hold on one second. Listen to the customer, more seamless technology, learn from mistakes that companies like Airbnb are making. And that goes to the discriminatory practices, okay? But take Airbnb's, their technology, use that, their innovation, use that part, okay? Rely on our own efforts, meaning less third parties. I mean, if anything, we should have been taking advantage of, and when I mean we, hotels, should have been taking advantage of, is the playing field was level when no one was booking, okay? Why did we still just wait for the third parties just to kick back in? Why didn't we at that point say, hey, we're going to go all in and say, hey, book direct with us. We're going to do this for you. We just waited. Well, we'll get back. Well, what are the third parties doing? Let's make sure we jump on board with them again. I mean, that was the prime example, prime opportunity to kind of wean ourselves off of it. I'm not saying get rid of it 100% because you can't do that now. You've been sleeping with them forever now. You can't do it. You can't just wean off completely, but you can wean off some of it, okay? So this is an opportunity. So there you go. Keep rocking the house. Policy. I'm just reading the comments. I mean, this is for people that listen to me on the podcast. I read the comments, so that's what I was doing, and I laughed at the comments. So stay relevant to your local communities. If you have a restaurant, promote it. If you have a restaurant within your hotel, promote it because you need the local support as well, right? So if you got free Wi-Fi, there was this one hotel, I can't remember what it was. I was doing what was it? It was a tour of a company. I mean, a hotel site tour. It was a hotel downtown. It was a non-branded independent hotel downtown Los Angeles. And they were basically during the walkthrough, they said, hey, we welcome people like small business owners to come in and basically just post up in their lobby, use their free Wi-Fi because they know the value of that. They know the value of because even when I go and post up at a hotel, I don't just post up and use their Wi-Fi and leave. I buy something, right? I'm buying something. Either that's they have a coffee bar or they have a market, one of those in hotel markets, lobby markets or whatever they call them. I'll buy something, right? So that's money that they're getting that they weren't getting before. So and then what else am I going to do? I'm going to go out and tell 10 people about that hotel. Oh, they have a great rooftop restaurant. Oh, they get free Wi-Fi. Oh, they welcome small business owners. I mean, those are the things that people talk about. And what do I do when I go to a hotel? I post every single thing. You know what I mean? So that's giving a lot of value to that hotel, right? Only if everyone else did that, they don't. But hey, and that's why I'm Russell Hotels, right? But hotels don't know what you will get if you don't try different things. Okay, so like I said, if it's a local, tap into your local community. Okay, you have to. I think that's more valuable than what you think. And I think we're missing a great opportunity when we don't do that. Let's see what else. Pay attention to the leisure market. Okay, we're saying that we're waiting. Leisure market is big right now. We're focusing on that. We're waiting for the corporate market to come back. Well, that leisure market, that business and leisure, it's disguising itself as some of that corporate business that we think that we're missing. It's actually in there. But how do you find it? That's the key, right? What are we doing to find this leisure? Because the leisure is not going away, right? Going into 2023, they're still going to be talking about leisure. But the thing now is that they've been talking about it this year, but now next year, how do we find it? Okay, what are we doing to find it? I know how to find it. Okay, so I got the secret sauce. No, I know how to find it. I mean, it all comes back to social media because you got to think about who are these people? What age group are they in? Are they millennials? Are they Gen Xers? Are they baby boomers? I'll tell you one thing, they're not baby boomers, right? So they rely on a lot more social media. Boom, that's all I'm going to tell you about that, right? Anything else, you got to call me. But that will give you something right there, right? So meaning it's either millennials or Gen Xers are part of this bleisure group, right? So business is still there. It's just masking itself into something else. And it may not be the group business that we're looking for, but it's going to be the higher rated business. But what happens is these people may come in as leisure, that you think they're leisure, and that's what they're being coded as. So a lot of things are miscoding, right? So everything has a code. Everything has a market segment. When you check into a hotel, you are a market segment. You represent a persona or a market segment, okay? Either leisure, you're transient, you're group, you're government, you're association, you're tour and travel, you're Smurfy. One of those things, you are marked as something, okay? Because no one wants reservations, because you'll go through the reservation list, like arrival list. There always should be a market code next to each person that's coming in, because you have to designate what they are. And how do you get more of it? Okay, so I'm giving you information that I'm giving you. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. So bleach is not going away. It's business traveler hiding. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. The time has come for hotels to really start thinking outside the box. In a highly competitive arena, there is no room for error. As you know, I post the ugly housekeeping. Yes, we know, Lonnie. Follow Lonnie Wolf, right? So the art of housekeeping, okay? He's cleaning hotels one hotel at a time, or he's making hotels safe and clean one hotel at a time. So make sure you follow him. But yeah, so moving forward, people within hospital. Okay, yeah, moving forward, people within the hospitality industry will be the catalyst for the world getting back to the business of meetings. How? A lot of hotel people, they're not shy about posting things, right? So I've been seeing and I mentioned these two events, Cal SAE was one in Sacramento, and then Site was in San Diego. People are posting, you look on LinkedIn, if you follow anybody that's in hospitality, a lot of those people went to those events. They post a lot of these things, right? Which they should be. And I'm glad that people are posting that they're out and about, because what that's going to do is make its way to other industries and say, hey, the hospitality industry is back. Okay, we need to be booking, and having these meetings too, because they're having a good time. They're doing this. They're pressing the flesh. They're not afraid to meet again. They're doing things that we used to do, right? Let's get back to that. So hospitality industry, continue to do what you do. Continue to post things that you are posting, because it goes back to, and some people may think, oh, this is old or this is passe, but the what is it called? Fear of missing out. What is it called? FOMO. It creates this FOMO. That FOMO, we've got away from this FOMO, but FOMO is still present. FOMO is still something that will make people do, what they see. Like, oh, we're missing out on this. They start putting pressure on their people like, hey, we need to start meeting again, because we get more things accomplished when we meet people, okay? We're trying to grow our business. We need to go out and meet people, okay? Let's get away from the just doing all the virtual stuff. So FOMO is real, right? It's still real. I know that was, some people think it's passe. That was so like 5 years ago. FOMO. Oh no. No, FOMO is real. FOMO is still happening. Fear of missing out is what it stands for. Okay, so hospitality space, hospitality industry, continue to do what you do, because people are watching. There you go. Boom. That's it. I have what is that? No. 3 things, and excuse me while I take a drink of water. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I've been talking a lot today, right? And I still got 15 minutes to go. We'll get through it. Lonnie's knowledge shines. He's the real deal. Yes, he is. Lonnie said that was a comment from Dylan. Then Lonnie says, thanks, Dylan. Stay tuned for my upcoming post. They are down and dirty. BAD, bad. Okay, so make sure you, like I said, if you're on LinkedIn, follow Lonnie Wolf, The Art of Housekeeping. He's going to show some stuff. He's going to post some things. And look at his past postings as well. But it's all about cleanliness or the lack of and what we need to be doing to make sure our hotels are up to par for the guests. Because remember, you're cleaning it for the guests. You're not cleaning it for yourself, okay? He points out things that shouldn't be overlooked. And he's not shy about it either. So make sure we check those things out or follow. Make sure you follow Lonnie Wolf. These are three things that I always say. Be intentional, make decisions, and take action on what's important to you. Me posting that thing about Airbnb, that's important to me, okay? It's important that people are treated fairly and equally, okay? Especially when it comes to hospitality. This is hospitality, right? Okay, that feeling you get from someone else. What feeling do you get when somebody discriminates against you for you can't rent their house or something? You know what I mean? What feeling are you getting? Okay, so that's a lack of hospitality. So, like I said, be intentional, make decisions, and take action on what's important to you. Be you, always be you. You can't be anyone else. Just, we try to be somebody else, but it's hard just being me. It's hard being Russell. You know what I mean? So why would I want to be someone else? Number 3, be represented because my representation matters. Yeah, it matters that people that look like me do these shows, talk about issues that maybe no one else wants to talk about. So it's important to me because a change is going to come. We need change, okay? We need some change. So that's it. So if I need to be the catalyst for some type of change within this space, then hey, I'm up for it. I'm here for it. So yeah, be intentional, be you, be represented because my representation matters. Boom. How to buy a hotel, Miss Davon Reeves, right? So she's been posting things like crazy. She's trying to get more people interested in not just buying a hotel, but investing in hotels as well. She's been doing some lives about I'm tongue tied. She's been doing lives about buying hotels and investing in hotels. So go back and follow her you can follow her on YouTube, definitely on Instagram, because that's where she posts all her stuff. So that's where she does the lives, and those lives are still there. So you should check those out if you're interested, and even if you're not interested in buying a hotel or investing. It's just interesting to see just how she's evolved into she transitioned from being a hotel person. She was an asset manager to being a hotel owner. Okay, so she has a great story. So, and she's not afraid to share that story and let people know. But she's cutting out a lot of things to make it easier for you guys or the people that are interested in either buying a hotel or investing in a hotel. So definitely somebody you need to watch. If there's a list of, people, I think she's 35, people under 40 that you need to watch in 23 and beyond, Davon Reeves should be number 1. Okay. In my book, she's number 1. So she owns 3 hotels too. Did I mention that? I mentioned she's a woman at 35. So anyway, a roadmap to hotel ownership. She gives tips to buying a hotel. Number 1 is location. You don't want a hotel that's just in the middle of nowhere. You want it near some traffic generators like a stadium, business park, residential, whatever. You want it around these places, next to the freeway. You don't want it in the middle of nowhere. You don't want it off of Intake Boulevard and, Blythe, between Blythe and Lake Havasu. You know what I mean? You don't want it there. Okay. I had to throw Blythe in there. I can't go a whole show without mentioning Blythe. And Blythe is my hometown, so I can say that. Okay. Somebody don't think it's funny though, but the brand. Number 2 is the brand. The brand is important. You want some name affiliation with it. You can come up with Russell Hotel, but who's going to know that Russell Hotel exists? Because they want to know what is it connected to. Is Russell Hotel part of Hilton or part of IHG or Marriott or whatever? That's what people are going to ask, right? And if it's not, they're like, well, you're going to have a harder time. Not saying you can't do it, but you just have a harder time getting people to buy off on it. Number 3, hiring the right operator. You want to operate it yourself? Because people do that. They open up hotels and they live there 24/7 and they operate it 24/7, and that works for some people. But for the people that don't want to do that, the book does teach you how to vet management companies, because no two management companies are alike. Okay, so if I'm a first-time owner, I'm looking for probably a smaller management company that can hold my hand, right? They can, when we have that first P&L review, what the heck is this? You know what I mean? Can you show me? Can you hold my hand? Can we go through it line by line? But the bigger companies won't do that. They're just going to, because I've been on both sides. I've seen both of them, right? Where, yeah, the smaller companies, you know, they'll take their time. They'll come and visit you. They'll take their time and go line by line through things. The bigger companies, they like, okay, boom, 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 because I'm off to another property. I got 1,000 of these I got to go to. Yeah, I can't spend that much time with you. So remember that no two management companies are alike. So thank you so much, Ms. Davon Reeves, for what you do for the industry. Who is your best advocate, your best brand advocate? Well, that's an easy question. It's you, right? You are your best brand advocate. You need to be excited about what you do, how you do it, who you're doing it with, okay? You have to be excited about it, right? If I'm not excited about On Air with Russell of Hotels, well, who else is going to be? You know, some of these people will probably say, well, I'm excited about it. Well, no, I got to be more excited than Dylan or than Marsha, than Stacy or Lonnie. I have to be more excited because it's my brand, right? I'm the one that birthed this thing, right? So I have to be excited about it. I have to let people know about it. That's why I post. That's why I do lives. That's why I do all these things, because I need to be my best brand advocate, okay? And you need to do the same thing for your brand, whatever that is. If you work for a brand, you still need to be that. And don't be afraid to be the face of your brand. One thing that I'm big on throwing names out there. Guy I used to work with back at the Sheraton, name is Ernesto. And he went to the show. I mentioned, this is probably the third time I mentioned this today, the Cal SAE Seasonal Spectacular in Sacramento. He went last week, right? It was last Wednesday, I believe. And before he went, he made a posting. He posted a video saying, basically, he's sitting at his desk and he's talking about, hey, I'm going to be at Cal SAE on whatever, next Wednesday, booth number 5, come by and see me, bring your RFPs, I'd like to meet you, all this kind of stuff. Now, if you didn't get excited about that, like seeing this dude being his best brand advocate, I don't know, I just would have stopped by just because I wanted to meet him, because he had enough nerve, he had the nerve to do this. Everybody's not doing that, right? So believe me, he just went up a notch over his competition, over some of the other salespeople, because he had the nerve to tell people where he was going to be, right? And we think that's the hardest thing to do. Well, it could be the first time, you know what I mean? But believe me, it gets easier, because it was hard for me to, you know, come on this show and do the lives or whatever I do, but it becomes easier. But then you got to get in your mind that, hey, I want to be the face of my hotel or my organization. I want to be my best brand advocate. So that's what he did. And that's what he's doing, right? And then after, he thanked people. So like the next day after the show was over, he thanked people. And this is on LinkedIn, right? Ernesto Alonso. Follow him. And he thanked people, like, thank you for coming by the booth. It was great meeting you, you know, that kind of stuff. I follow a lot of people on LinkedIn, right? I got 26,000 people. Everybody didn't do that, okay? Ernesto, out of all the followers, because I get the feeds, right? Ernesto, the only one that did it, okay? So I applaud Mr. Ernesto Alonso for doing that, because that makes a big difference. I mean, but you just remember, you got to continue to do it. Not just one time, you got to continue to do it. But he did it, right? So I appreciate him doing that. And like I said, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Okay, this is my quote of the week. I've had this quote. I mean, these are old quotes from me, right? When is marketing about you? Never. Marketing is never about you. It begins with what your audience wants. Connect them with your product or service in a way they want to receive it. So however they want to receive it, it's up to you to give them the way they want to receive it. So, when we're in these meetings and like, oh, this is what I want to do. Well, why do you want to do it? Oh, because I think it's better for me to do it this way. No, it's what your client wants. Or what does the customer want? Does the customer want the QR code? Well, no, I think we should still reprint the menus. Well, what does the customer want? Well, it doesn't matter what they want. Well, yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that's how we get caught up in the QR code thing should have been out years ago. And the only reason why it came out now, out of necessity, because of, COVID and, we had nobody to reprint things or whatever. Now we're cutting costs, right? Well, you could have saved money then, right? It's expensive to reprint menus, right? Especially if they're different sizes and all this kind of stuff. It takes a lot of time, a lot of man hours, and the cost is expensive. So why didn't we do that before? So those are things that I'm talking about, right? So it's not about us. It's about what your clients or your customer wants. And sometimes it takes time. We got to do our research, see what the client wants. We get a lot of information. Let's say that's one thing about hotels, that we get every piece of information about people, but we rarely use it. Most hotels have email addresses. They have all this information. They can create personas on everybody, right? But do we do that? No, we don't. But we have all that information. We just don't utilize it. So once again, when is marketing about you? Never. It begins with what your audience wants. Connect them with your product or service in a way they want to receive it. Boom. Lonnie says, signing out all, heading out to a Christmas Hanukkah event. All right. Cheers. Happy holidays. Yes. 23 strong. Thank you so much, Lonnie. Appreciate your support over the year. And happy holidays to you and your family. And we will reconvene next year. How do you increase social media engagement? Consistency. Marcia says, print a few for the old people who liked to hold something. Or yeah. You're right. Yeah, no, you definitely have to do that. I'm not speaking of those people. I'm speaking of the masses. Okay. But no, I understand. Yeah, you definitely always have to have some on hand for people that want something in their hand to read. But the masses, the new masses are going to be what? Those millennials, those Gen Xers. Okay. Those are the people I'm talking about, because that's the new generation of people. Those are the people that will be spending all the money. Okay. And those are people that want the technology. Okay. So the older people, they don't want it. They give me a menu. Yeah, I don't care if it's dirty or not. Ripped up, just give me a menu. So, but anyway, okay, consistency, value, and be authentic. So this is the way you can increase your social media engagement. Be consistent, add value, make sure you're authentic. Be you, don't be fake. People can read through it and see through it. Add value, making sure you're reaching someone that wants to hear what you're talking about, right? That's important. And then consistency. Be consistent. Don't just post one time and think, oh my God, I'm not getting anything. I posted, what'd you post? I don't know, about 2 months ago. How many posts did you do? Just one. That ain't gonna work. So you have to continue to do it. I can go on about the stuff that I do, right? The lives, the show here, did you choose hospitality? Did hospitality choose you? The postings. Yeah, I can go on and on and on about that, but it's all about the consistency. You have to do that, right? I can show you how to do it. Yeah, I can show you the way, but you have to do it. So, but those are things that it takes to increase your social media engagement. There's no other way around it. You can't fake the funk. And what tools do you use? I use stories, reels, and lives, right? I also use YouTube Shorts. You can use TikTok. You can do reels on Facebook as well, or you can tweet things out as well. So there's And make sure, and it, to me, it's easy because I can do one posting and then utilize several different platforms. So I cross-pollinate, if you will, right, or cross-promote on different platforms. So all you got to do is create it one time, and then you can copy and paste that on other platforms. Very easy. And like I said, I can show you. Hiring. Who's hiring? Real quick. Because I've been talking, huh? I've been talking. Let's see. Who's hiring? Real quick. The Proper Hotel Santa Monica. They're looking for an events sales manager. The Hotel June in LA, which is just north of LAX. They're looking for a catering sales and events manager. The Hilton Culver City. Love that hotel. Redone, renovated, whatever you want to say. Damn near brand new hotel. Right there in Culver City on the corner of Centinela and Sepulveda. They're looking for a social catering sales manager. And then the Proper Hotel downtown LA. I think the Proper is probably one of my favorite independent hotels downtown. The Proper Hotel, DTLA. It's on Broadway. They have a rooftop restaurant. They're looking for a general manager. I think it's called Cara, C-A-R-A. Is that Cara or Cara? I'm going to say Cara because it's spelled like Irene Cara's name. So Cara, that's what I'm going to call it. So they're looking for a GM at their rooftop restaurant, which is dope. Okay, I've been there. You should check it out. And the non-meat eats. Okay, Atlas Monroe. If you're into non-meat eats and you're looking for a place to buy food that will be delivered to your doorstep, atlasmonroe.com. Okay, they're a group company out of San Diego. They do all vegan products. I had this jerk chicken, and that chicken is spelled CHICKIN, not EN, but IN, right? So it's plant-based, right? Oh my God. And when I mean fire, I mean it's spicy, it's hot. If you like jerk, I don't know what they do to it. I don't even know what it is. I know it's not meat, but it is delicious. It is fire like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so Atlas Monroe. Check it out. Almost done. What do I do? Instead of me telling you, I'll just, throw it on here. I don't have any music to go with it. I guess I do. Let me throw a little music. I don't own the rights to this music though. There you go. So those are some of the things that I do. If they went too fast, just go back and rewind it, and you'll see it. What are you doing to keep your brand relevant? I mentioned a myriad of things that you could be doing to keep your brand relevant. One of those things is just, be seen. Continue to do what you do. I always say the social media thing, but hotel people, I know we go out to a lot of events, a lot of networking events, and that's another way to be relevant as well, right? So continue to do those, but supplement it with social media, right? Because we're not going to be in front of people all the time, but you can be in front of people, even different people, with social media, okay? So just a little advice. I'm not saying to stop doing other things. I'm saying to do other things as well, okay? So that's what I'm saying. And what are the 3 Ps? Like I said, we're about done here. So 3 Ps, this is Russell of Hotels, 3 Ps. Purpose, passion, perseverance. Purpose, know why you're doing what you do. Like I said, I know why I do what I do. If you don't remember, rewind this, listen to it again, and you'll see what my purpose is of why I have the show, why I like people to come on, because I want people to tell their story, what they do, because we're trying to educate this new generation of people, right? New people that want to come into hospitality space. So that's one reason why I do what I do. Passion, either you have it or you don't. If you don't have passion for what you're doing, you know what? You need to do something else. Just forget it. Like, you know what? I'm done. Wipe my hands. I'm going to go do something else right now. Perseverance. Be consistent. Continue to evolve. Don't give up. and swerve when you need to. You guys know what swerving is, right? It's not all about the pivoting. It's about swerving even before you get to that mess that you see in the horizon. You swerve to miss it. So there you go. So that's my take on what swerve is, opposed to what a lot of people use that P word. Oh, we're gonna pivot. No, I don't pivot. We swerve. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for joining. I know I went a little over 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Anyway, but that was part of a rap song. But who knows what it is? But anyway, you guys have a great day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you. I'll see you next Tuesday because, like I said, I don't go dark during the holidays. If Tuesday doesn't fall on a holiday, I will be here. So join me next week and check out my lives. I'll be doing lives Monday through Friday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 o'clock. And check out this show again next week on air with Russell of Hotels, live hospitality talk show next Tuesday, 1 o'clock. Rain or shine, I will be here. So, Dylan, thank you so much for the gift. Appreciate it. I'm going to start eating some of this stuff now, right? I'm just going to go and get me a glass of almond milk, and I'm going to start on these goodies. You guys take care. Peace.
Thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. Please tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. as we talk to other hospitality professionals. Your feedback is important to Russell. Feel free to email him at russell@russellofhotels.com with any questions or suggestions. Until next time, try not to be a person of success. Rather, become a person of great value.